Hi, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. Gina Edelman, volunteer, explains how the community can support the mission of Rogue Rescue and Sanctuary, a sanctuary for those animals who cannot be placed after their rescue. Gina, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
And welcome our little friend.
This is Olive.
So, how is Rogue Rescue and Sanctuary different from other rescue shelters in our area?
Well, Rogue Rescue was founded by Diane All, who had worked at the Palmetto Animal League for several years. And so she started Rogue Rescue just out of the love of animals, out of her own home. But basically, she's built a sanctuary out in Allendale, South Carolina. So any animals that can't get adopted, she has a sanctuary so that they always have a home and will never go back into a bad situation.
Wow, that's incredible. So, what are your monthly needs in order to operate at Rogue Rescue?
Well, I mean, as you can imagine, there's a lot of money that goes into rescuing dogs. Sure. And just keeping them fed. So there's always needs for money. There's always need for food, bleach, blankets, anything that you can bring and donate. You can always drop off at the rescue, which is temporarily at 70 Tillman Road for locally where you can drop off. And then out in Allendale, there's always need for volunteers. There's needs for volunteers here. I volunteer a couple times a week, clean kennels. So anything that has to do with dogs, we need volunteers as much as we can too.
And so how did you yourself get involved with Rogue Rescue, and obviously how will others volunteer? You know, how do they get a hold of you to volunteer?
Well, I lost a puppy that I had adopted, and I was so sad, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. So my daughter said, "Mom, let's go look at these dogs that she found online." And so I went to Diane's, and the puppy that we went to go see was no longer available for adoption, but its sisters were available. So we actually adopted the sisters, which were a hound lab mix that are our babies now, and fostered the other sister because it was going to be left by itself, and now we have both of them. And so, and then I've fallen in love with a lot more animals and have fostered and helped ever since. And that was about a year and a half ago.
Okay. And so do you, if others want to become involved, is the work primarily in Allendale?
No, actually the work is mostly here. I mean, she can definitely use help in Allendale, where the sanctuary is, where the dogs that are there long term. But we need a lot of help here locally, and fosters. I mean, it's really important that we have people that foster these animals because, you know, they need to learn basic commands. They need to learn how to go to the bathroom outside, not inside. So I do a lot of training with the dogs, and we need other people that are willing to train and that are willing to give up those pets, you know, when they find the right home.
Yeah, and I bet that part's hard. I bet
you know,
that's very difficult.
It's not as hard as I thought it would be in the beginning, and I think it's because you know they're going to a good home. Because Diane won't adopt to just anybody. She's very particular in the needs of the animals and to make sure that's a right fit for them.
And so what are some ways people can, I guess, donate, especially during this season of giving?
Yeah, and you know, I mean, so many times you see where you can adopt a cow or different things like that. So adopt a dog, not necessarily adopting it, but you can give money. It's about a $200 operating cost just for one dog per month that's at the rescue, with food, with vet bills, with all the other things that go along with it, with their heartworm, medications, and flea meds. So you can actually give at Rogue Rescue and Sanctuary at gmail.com through your PayPal. You can go and volunteer. You can go and just give, you know, money on a monthly basis. However you want. We're looking for donations all the time so that people can come out and help support these dogs. So give it as a Christmas present.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. You know, some people have so much that, you know, they don't really need anything. What a great way to give back.
And it's a great way, and these animals, you know, like Olive, really need a lot of love and support, and the money enables us to give them that love and support.
Yeah. Tell us quickly what people can expect when they visit Rogue Rescue.
Well, in Bluffton, at our Bluffton location, Diane actually has set up kennels and stuff at her home. So there's different play yards where the dogs can run around and play. There's kennels where they can rest and they have shelter at night or even during the day when it's raining. So it's a different environment than what you would normally see because it's not a business, it's her home where they receive lots of love. So it's just a little bit different from the average.
Yeah, very nice. Well, thank you for coming in today and sharing that. And we will have all the information on the screen, and hopefully people will be wonderful and generous.
Awesome. Well, if anybody's interested in adopting Olive, we have her available for adoption now too as well.
Okay, thanks Gina for joining us
Have
today.
a great day.
And we'll be right back with Talk of the Town.